Hello and welcome back. I'm Stephanie from Immersive Spirit, and this is your weekly astrological forecast for the week of December 1st through December 7th. So, this week we're diving into a week that's going to be highly dynamic, asking us to integrate fire, earth, air, and water, all leading up to a powerful cosmic culmination. This week is a vital checkpoint. The moon takes us on a journey from our assertive Aries through Cancer and finally into an expressive Leo. But the true powerhouse moment for us is midweek with our full moon in Gemini. It's a week to reconcile your head with your heart, to put solid foundations under your biggest ideas, and to trust that all the work that you've been doing internally is about to pay off externally. So let's dive in and look at the major energy shifts that we need to be aware of for this week. On Monday, December 1st, the moon is leaving Aries and entering a stable Taurus, shifting our focus from that self-initiation to security and self-worth. Plus, we have the action planet Mars conjuncting the committed Juno in Sagittarius, perfect for dedicating energy to our long-term goals or a shared vision. On Wednesday, December 3rd, the moon meets the rebellious Uranus in Taurus. So expect a sudden breakthrough concerning your finances or a sense of value. Later, the moon's going to shift into that quick-witted Gemini. Then Thursday, December 4th, that's our peak. That moon is in Gemini, but it's now a full moon, and that's at 4:14 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, because remember, we're in Colorado and Montana, respectively. This is an illumination point around communication, knowledge, and your siblings. On Saturday, December 6th, we have a beautiful flow with Mercury in Scorpio trining Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. Our deep truths are going to find expansive, nurturing support in our home and in our emotional lives. All right, so let's break it down a little deeper because we want to do this kind of a day by day. So Monday, which tomorrow, as I'm recording this, December 1st, we start the day with the moon in Aries, and that's squaring Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. This can feel like a tug of war between your need to act and your desire for comfort and emotional security. The moon also connects with Chiron in retrograde, which is our wounded healer, and that's in Aries. So this is a trine for healing wounds around personal identity and courage. Don't be afraid to face where you feel limited, right? Don't be afraid to just take that on. So the big shift is 8:12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time when that moon moves into Taurus. And this grounds that energy for us. The focus moves to your finances, material security, and what you value. Mars conjunct Juno late Monday is key for taking committed action toward a high-minded goal, such as education, publishing, or maybe you've got some long distance travel you've been thinking about. Tuesday on December 6th. So this is a deeply Venetian day. Venus in Sagittarius connects beautifully with our transforming Pluto. And tack on that nurturing series. So, with the moon anchored in Taurus, it's vital to tend to your body and your possessions. This is an ideal day for self-care, like a facial, maybe even slow cooking. It's also good for a financial review. So, avoid rushing. Just take your time. The Taurus energy is demanding some patience. Something I'm horrible at, but we'll work on it. So midweek brings the major mental and social intensity. Wednesday, December 3rd. The day is going to begin with a tension between the stable moon in Taurus and piercing Mercury in Scorpio. Expect some friction between what you have and what you know. That moon's powerful conjunction with Uranus retrograde in Taurus, and that's occurring at 6:07 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, could bring an unpredictable breakthrough concerning money, income, or an old pattern related to your own self-worth. This is going to be a truly sudden clarity for you. So really pay attention. Then at 7:48 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, again, the moon flies into Gemini, and that's instantly accelerating the pace. Your mind is going to be buzzing with ideas, conversations, and connection, especially because Mercury is, of course, now direct. Then Thursday, December 4th, 4:14 p.m. Mountain, we hit that full moon in Gemini. Full moons are times of an emotional release and culmination, right? So you're taking everything that you've learned from your setting your goals and your intentions in the new moon cycle, and then you're moving that into your full moon cycle. And okay, now what do I release? What do I let go? What wanes during this season? In Gemini, this is about your information, truth, and communication. So take a look at that. What ideas have reached their peak? What conversations need to be concluded? How can you wrap those up? This moon is illuminating the gap between your daily thoughts and your own life philosophy. Perfect for wrapping up writing projects if you've got those going on, maybe sending some important emails you've been holding off on, or having those honest conversations with some siblings or neighbors, right? Thinking about where it's sitting right there. Avoid starting any major new learning commitments. Just finish up what you're currently working on right now. The end of the week is going to offer a really beautiful integration period. On Friday, December 5th, that Gemini moon is clashing with Mars, Saturn, and Neptune. So this can make communication feel exhausting, leading to mental overload and confusion. However, 6:54 p.m., again, Mountain Standard, the moon slides into Cancer. So this is your signal for a retreat. Cancer is all about the home because after a busy week, prioritizing your home, comfort, how can you do a little meal prepping, organizing your pantry, or just spending some quiet time with your family? That's going to be the ideal. And it's avoiding those intense debates. On Saturday, December 6th, it's our most supportive day of this week for inner work. Mercury in Scorpio is trining Jupiter in Cancer. Our deep truths connect directly to emotional growth and security. This flow is going to be amazing for healing, some financial organization. Maybe it's taxes or some shared resources with someone, and then really deep, profound conversations. You can finally get to the heart of the matter, but do it with compassion. It's an ideal day for journaling. Someone says shadow work. If you know us, you know that term. Therapy or reviewing long-term plans with a partner. Then finally, on Sunday, December 7th, that Cancer moon is incredibly well supported by our Jupiter, Neptune, both in retrograde, and Saturn. So it means your emotions are going to feel very expansive, structured, really spiritually guided. But you got to remember, you've got that caveat of the retrograde. So spend some time going really deep inward because that's what you're really needing to do there too. 7:48 p.m. Mountain Standard, that moon's entering that flamboyant Leo to end us with a bang. That focus shifts from our to our fifth house of creativity, pleasure, and self-expression. The moon will be opposing Pluto late that night and will clear out any final emotional blockages related to control or power dynamics before we begin our new week next week. So as you wrap that day, maybe think about the creative project, spend some time having a little fun with the kids, write out your affirmations or what you're grateful for, and give, and purpose. So what's purposes behind those? So as we wrap up a kind of intense week, remember these tools. You're going to have your Taurus moon. So ground yourself and think about self-worth. Your values are your foundation. Your midweek full moon is reminding you to speak and think clearly. It's time to choose clarity over confusion. And then with our weekend flow, trust that when you nurture yourself, you really gain the courage to shine. Because this week, blending heart and discipline, emotional wisdom is meeting that grounded devotion. If this forecast resonated with you, I would be so honored that you hit and like this, you hit the like button, you subscribe to our channel, you get the notifications, all those little goodies that come with it, because we would love to have you be a part of the Immersive Spirit community. And write one thing that you plan to finish or communicate clearly this week as we move into that Gemini full moon in the comments. All right, thanks for being here. I'll see you next week. And until then, keep looking up. This is Stephanie from Immersive Spirit. Have an amazing week ahead. See you soon.